Hey everyone, if you're hunting for a gaming laptop that won't leave you staring at loading screens or wrestling with overheating, the ASUS ROG Strix G16 is worth a hard look. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Most people don't just want another spec sheet, they want something that fits into their life without constant tinkering. You know how it goes: you buy a gaming rig that promises the moon, then spend the next 6 months fighting driver updates, storage bloat, or a screen that looks washed out after an hour. This laptop is built for the player who wants to plug in, power up, and actually play without the setup becoming a side quest. Let's talk about what really matters here. The Intel Ultra 9-275HX is no joke. It's a desktop-level processor stuffed into a laptop chassis, and it shows when you're running modern titles at max settings. If you're into open-world RPGs or competitive shooters, you're not waiting around for textures to load or frames to stutter. The 64GB of DDR5 RAM is overkill for most games right now, but if you're streaming, running multiple Discord calls, or editing video on the side, you'll appreciate not having to micromanage your system. The 4TB PCIe SSD is the real game changer. No more juggling between drives or deleting old saves to make room for new ones. You can install a dozen games, keep your capture files, and still have room to spare. Now, the display is where this laptop truly shines. A 16-inch 2.5K panel running at 240Hz isn't just a marketing number, it's a difference you feel. Colors pop, motion is smooth, and the high refresh rate means even fast-paced shooters feel responsive. The 2560 by 1600 resolution keeps things sharp without being so dense that your GPU chokes. If you've ever played on a 60Hz screen and then upgraded, you know the difference. This isn't some dim, washed-out panel, it's bright enough to use in a well-lit room, and the colors are vibrant without looking artificial. The RTX 5070 is where the rubber meets the road. It's not the absolute top-tier card, but it's not a budget cut either. It handles ray tracing without tanking your frame rate into slideshow territory, and with DLSS support, you can push settings higher than you could on a lower-end GPU. If you're playing at 1440p, this card keeps up without forcing you to drop settings to medium just to hit 60 FPS. It's the sweet spot for most gamers who want high-end performance without the sticker shock of a flagship model. Let's talk connectivity, because that's where a lot of gaming laptops drop the ball. You get HDMI 2.1 for hooking up to a 4K TV or high-refresh monitor, Thunderbolt 4 for fast data transfers or future-proofing, and USB ports for your peripherals. The display connection via USB port is a bit of a head-scratcher. It's convenient if you're using a USB-C hub, but it's not as snappy as a direct HDMI or DisplayPort connection. If you're planning to game on an external monitor regularly, you might want to invest in a good hub to avoid any latency issues. Who should buy this? If you're a serious gamer who wants a laptop that can keep up with desktop performance, this is a solid pick. It's also great if you're a content creator who needs power for rendering, streaming, or multitasking without your system collapsing under the load. Students or professionals who game on the side but need reliability for schoolwork or work projects will find this laptop more than capable. Who should skip it? If you're a casual gamer who mostly plays indie titles or older games, you're overspending. The RTX 5070 and Ultra 9 processor are overkill for Minecraft or Stardew Valley, and you'd be better off with a cheaper model. Also, if you're attached to a specific brand or have a strong preference for a different ecosystem, this might not be the right fit. The ASUS ROG Strix is a Windows machine through and through, and while it's a great one, it's not for everyone. The biggest trade-off here is portability. This isn't a lightweight ultrabook, it's a tank. If you're lugging it around campus or to LAN parties, you'll feel the weight. The battery life is decent for a gaming laptop, but don't expect to get more than a couple of hours of gaming on a charge. It's a desktop replacement in laptop clothing, so if you need something you can toss in a bag and forget about, this isn't it. Another thing to consider is the RGB keyboard. It looks cool, and if you're into customizing your setup, it's a fun feature. But if you're in a shared space or just prefer a minimalist look, you might find it distracting. The good news is you can turn it off entirely, so it's not a deal breaker. So, is it worth the money? If you're in the market,